it is time for the verse of the day today, and today's verse comes from Isaiah chapter 50, verse 10, and it says, "Who among you fears the Lord and obeys the word of his servant? Let the one who walks in the dark, who has no light, trust in the name of the Lord and rely on their God." This verse is interesting. Actually, the entire book of Isaiah is interesting because the book itself is speaking to God's chosen people, but a lot of what is said in Isaiah to the chosen people at the time becomes applicable after Jesus's death and resurrection. It becomes applicable not only to the Jews and the chosen people of God, but also to the Gentiles and anybody who receives Jesus. Now, I'm not a theologist, but I believe when it says, "Who among you fears the Lord and obeys the word of his servant," I believe his servant is actually being referred to as Jesus and or the prophets at the time that are giving commands directly from God. So the beginning of the verse is just asking a question: who fears God and who is obeying what the people who are in connection with God are telling you to do? And the follow-up is, whoever is walking in the dark, who has no light, let that person trust in the name of the Lord and rely on him completely for their strength, for their direction, for their support and their provision. In every way, they should be relying on God, and they should also be listening to what God is telling them to do. So I think that's pretty cool, and just learning about the entire book of Isaiah is very interesting. God's chosen people, but how a lot of those promises and covenants actually come to fruition with us in modern day Christianity in 2025. So this verse was very encouraging to me. I hope it was encouraging to you as well. And with that being said, let's jump back into the chess match.